welcome back to the Lone Gamers of the Apocalypse playthrough of A Pleasant Evening. The party is just getting going. Dave, Max, and their friend are celebrating their friend's promotion, and the regional manager has just arrived, who may or may not be a trench coat full of gremlins. Doug, you're the one rolling this.
Some chaos to happen
For hour 3, yep.
If I get a 1 or 2, some kind of gremlin egg hatching is going to happen. If I get a 3 or 4, there may be a Asian mystic shows up with a box with possibly something inside of it. And 5 or 6, a whole bunch of Mogwai show up. They're all kind of in the same ballpark,
which is good. We made the restriction that this is a gremlin-based apocalypse and scenario, so these are all very relevant to the game and to the situation.
The fun part about this is I've only seen this movie once. And
oh my god, I've seen this movie.
I was probably a teenager.
I've seen it a bunch. I'd like to watch the second one again. It's they're both good. And we got a 3. So a Asian mystic shows up with his box. So there's a knock on the door.
Ooh.
Ding dong.
I hope that's
you got
somebody
a bunch
normal.
More
Dave,
here.
I know I overdid it. I may or may not have made more name tags than people that I thought would show up.
I mean, they're not blank. Were you expecting some more people? I'm surprised more people haven't shown up yet. It's been 2 hours.
To get on the honest bus there, I was just hoping that anybody would show up. I'm kind of lonely, and I wanted people to feel like they were part of an event. Dave, I was surprised it was more than just you, frankly. And Carl's a complete... Whoa, Carl. You're looking a little green around the gills there, buddy. Yeah. Max's ideas really charged him up. Oh, I better get this door. And so I open up the door, and there is an ancient Asian man. And you can tell an Asian man is ancient because he's gone through the avocado process. Normally, they all look sort of like me until a certain age, and then they hit that age, and in 3 weeks, they shrink to a third of their size and become all white. And you can see that this is gonna, I'm showing the blinking warning signs with my own hair for people who are watching the visual version of this, that at any moment I might shrink down myself. And so maybe this is a little too close to home. But more importantly, he is wearing like formal wear, like Asian formal wear that you might, if you're going to a rural wedding in China, kind of, it is bright red. It's buttoned down the side, as it were. And that is a little striking in itself. And you thought if anybody who wore this, who wasn't from rural China during a wedding, this would be cultural appropriation, and therefore what is wrong with that movie? But to the setting, he shows up with this box, and the box has sort of a mesh all around it, so it has breathing holes, and it has these glyphs on it that look like freehand scripted Asian characters or Chinese characters on the sides of the boxes. It has a rope, which is currently he's holding on to, and then a lid. And so, Doug, would you given the description, since the Asian man was my thing, I gave you the description.
Thank you.
Do you want to then, role play him in this scene, or do you want me to tell you what I had in mind for him to do?
Why don't you tell me?
I'm going to let you take control, but he had 2 ideas. Mm-hmm. He has plan A, which is get in the box, or plan B. So that's all I'm going to tell you. And so, but know that plan A is get in the box. And then if the gremlins or the other party members don't agree with that, then plan B will happen, and then you'll know what plan B is.
I kind of like plan A. The door opens, and you're mystified by this mystic man.
Oh,
And I think
Carl, is this your boss? The district manager?
Carl's still asleep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay then. Yeah, sir, come on in. We weren't expecting you. I didn't have a name tag for you, Marcus Lee, but it's good to see you, sir. The Asian man, being an Asian man, does not correct other people's mistakes. Their own ignorance is shame enough, so he does not have to prove them to be more disgraceful than they already are. I'm channeling my father.
So he hands you the box?
No, he would never
Okay.
hand you the box.
Okay.
He's gonna shuffle forward, and he looks at the trench coat, obvious to what it is, and he grunts at the trench coat and flips the lid on the box. And he says something in one of the 6 Chinese dialects. None of us speak Chinese, but basically says, "Get in the frickin' box."
And as he says that, Dave turns from the toaster holding up this gremlin, and he says, "I think I found the problem. Seems to become some kind of lizard rat."
The Asian man, seeing that there's only one intelligent person in the room, turns towards neighbor Dave.
"Hey there."
And gestures with the box.
"Okay. Glad you called the exterminator just in time."
Now, the gremlin has 2 choices. And this is up for you to decide.
Well, this is up to
Doug.
for the dice to decide.
Yes. Is the gremlin get in the box, doing what it's told, or plan B?
So our first roll has to be who is close enough to the situation to deal with it.
Our host is very perplexed after the what he assumes is the district manager. I guess a district is a district larger than a region, or is a region larger than a district?
That's a great question. That might be a question for the district manager.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna let that guy have that, and now we're gonna roll.
I got a 4. I'm not really a part of this situation, or not close enough to deal with it.
I got a 5.
I got a 1.
All right. So Max again is close enough to deal with this and gets a +1, which we forgot, on your next roll. I think with that and my 4, the gremlin, the lizard rat, hops out of Dave's hand, giving him a little scratch on the finger. Like, "Owie, geez Louise, these rats are getting bigger every day. But don't get rabies."
So what? Should I decide how this is going to get dealt with, or I'm so just curious
We're all
about the
supposed
mystery.
to decide, but I think you have a
mystery
little
box
more
of-
input.
Right now,
Plan B, the mystery. I have to know.
okay, we are going to do as a group what plan B happens. That's going to be our next check. The Asian man is going to determine a way of eradication. That's plan B. And then we are going to choose what form of eradication is going to happen.
Okay.
That is our next plan. But you get to influence whether or not we are on to the gremlins behaving and getting in the box, knowing that doom is coming for them.
Okay, I think I got it.
Or it's plan B.
I think I got something that'll maybe lead into plan B, I guess. So I think that this lizard rat scratches neighbor Dave's hand.
Geez.
And flops to the floor, and it's gonna crawl and slither up Carl's trench coat. And Max says, "Oh, Carl, here, let me help you. You don't want that thing under your trench coat." And Max is gonna Try and yeah.
I'm like, having experienced Carl's trench coat personally, I'm like, oh, don't open his trench coat. Oh, and yeah. Okay. Now we're rolling, right?
We're rolling to see how the situation plays out. Yeah. Doug's adding a +1.
I still don't even know what I'm supposed to roll, but
I got
Okay.
a 1.
I've got the explanation for you, Doug.
I got a 3.
So you got a
Plus
4.
one's a 4.
Okay. So the situation getting exciting, getting out of control are low numbers. Okay. The
Yep.
first roll is whether or not you're in proximity to the situation to make it a snooze fest.
Yeah.
Like to
Okay.
keep it from getting to be exciting. Like excitement is the enemy. Okay. And then basically, will you get a bonus on the next roll? And then the next roll, we're trying to get the majority of us to bring the situation down from its excitement to a level of boredom that is socially acceptable.
Yeah.
And we do that with lower rolls.
High rolls.
High
Oh,
rolls.
okay.
So
Okay,
first
I get
one,
it. I
yeah,
get
you pretty much always want to roll high.
Okay, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it now.
Not that you have any
So
choice,
but I rolled a 3, which would be a 4 with my +1.
Yeah, you're close to containing the gremlins, but not really. What did you
Yeah.
get?
I got a 1. So that's the majority.
Mark is getting out the sprinkler hose and sprinkling them down crazy. And then I also got a 3. I am barely containing Waffles now that there's been an exposed lizard rat.
Okay.
Okay. So the situation gets really exciting. If I interpreted the rules correctly, since we all
Yep,
failed
you did.
spectacularly, what is the level of excitement that happens because you pull open the trench coat? This is you, Doug.
Okay. So how many are in there?
That's up to you to decide.
Let's see. They're probably about that high. Yeah. Okay.
2 feet or so.
Yeah, 2 feet or so.
2 feet. Let's say that there are probably 6 of them.
Carl's a
lot.
tall dude. Tall, skinny guy, Carl.
Well, some of them have to like
You gotta go in
One
the
of them-
arms and
2 arms, 2 legs, 2 in the torso and head. So yeah, as soon as this opens, they're gonna they kind of hiss at us. Max goes, "Oh, Carl?" Question mark.
All right. With that, Carl, everybody mark a minus on their chart. Okay, and keep on going, Doug.
And I think that they're going to scatter throughout the house.
Okay.
So, and we know that whatever they scatter to is going to be become gremlinized, broken, turned into a weapon. So yeah, there's probably
After the gremlins go everywhere and they refuse to get in the box, the ancient Asian mystics goes, Plan B. And so now everybody needs to put down what the Asian mystic thinks is Plan B.
Oh, okay.
Okay? This is what he's gonna do, or how he's involved with his Plan B mechanic.
it should be. I think this should be pretty vague.
Oh, I'm being very specific.
Okay, fine. You're the one who gets to roll for it. Anyway.
Oh, I get to roll for it. Okay. Are we ready?
This is the 4th hour of the night.
I need
We're-
like a.
We're about halfway through our night.
And it has been too exciting already.
So far, it's about 15%, 30% too exciting. Yeah.
Okay. So we need to solve this problem so that we can get back to it being
Boring.
yes. This is tough. I know how you get rid of a gremlin.
I don't. So enjoy my answer.
I'll read them all. Is everybody ready?
No, just 1 second.
Oh my God, this is really long, Doug.
Sorry.
What
Doug's
is
being very
going on
specific.
here? Very specific. Depending if this goes well or if it goes poorly, the Asian Mystic and the Gremlins may leave the party. That's my general feeling.
And then different apocalypse happens.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm
when a
ready.
different apocalypse happens. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Mark. All right, at the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, hit it. All right, my number 1 is a small army of vicious children is called by the Asian Mystic. Okay, that is really good, Mark. I went. My answer is number 2, which is the Asian Mystic starts handing out machetes to everyone to get to work. And Doug, he passes out incredibly powerful UV flashlights so that everybody can beam him in. And let's see. This is what he has ready. All right. I'm rolling a die, and I get... He's a Asian tech master. He is 6. He's handing out incredibly powerful UV flashlights to everybody.
All right. We should all roll
And B.
and
Okay.
see what we get next. If we get our 5 or 6.
Oh, who's close to this issue?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Close to this issue. Come back. I got a 4.
I got a 5.
I got a 6.
Of course, Carl.
I'm like right.
Okay. So, Dave, who had just handed tried to hand a gremlin, is next to the Asian Mystic. Yeah. I still think the host. Oh, I still think this is just normal. Everything here is fine.
Oh, everything's fine.
And I'm like, Waffles, don't get so excited. This is, we got to call pest control. And then Max S is, he's just excited about this flashlight. So you see the Asian Mystic. You expect him to pull out some sort of knife or sharp object, but he lifts up the long of his robes, and you see strapped to his legs are these like mini mag lights with some futuristic attachments. And he starts throwing them at people.
Oh, handy.
Whoa. All right.
What's
this
nice for?
Okay. So it is time for us to roll the situation. Do you capture a mag light if you had a +1? So you two get a +1 on your roll.
Yep.
I'm clueless. If you critically fail, because a 1 is still a failure. If you critically fail, you take injury from the ninja-like throwing of these masterful Asian high tech. Does everybody agree to the rules?
Sure. Sounds great.
All right, so I'm gonna roll. Okay. What did you get, Mark?
With my +1, it's a 5.
Oh, you catch it. That neighbor Dave, he's so helpful. Yep. Oh, good job, Dave. All right. Max S, what'd you get?
With a +1, I got a 4.
Oh, you barely miss it. Oh.
Darn it.
Yeah, with a 4, the host, whose name is still not been discussed. The host. He tries to catch it, but Waffles catches it in his mouth instead.
All right.
Okay.
And things are getting out of hand.
And and that was a
rolled low.
Yeah, we just barely missed it.
Yep. The flashlight goes directly to Dave's hand, and he clicks it on like, just like flushing out the raccoons from under my mom's porch. He starts looking around with his flashlight, trying to find the gremlins.
All right, it is time. Since we put a notion, it is time for us to state the gremlins reprisal in chat, and then Mark will have to roll and narrate the reprisal.
That is hour 4 getting out of hand. What happens next?
Yeah. So after we do a mark, we go back to the chat, which is what I have written down. And so after segment 4, it is Mark's job, because I narrated Plan B. It is Mark's job to narrate the reprisal based on.
We still have to go. This particular situation needs to get extremely out of hand. Still, before we get into hour number 5. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought we already did that. I thought.
No, we just rolled and found out that we did not control the situation. So what happens?
Oh, okay.
So we've all got our flashlights now, but
so it's still on me.
It is.
Okay. Well, I didn't think it was this kind of party. Well, I'll turn off the lights then. If you want to put your keys in the bowl, that's the thing. I'm just not going to make anybody. Well, Carl knows the deal. Well, where did Carl go? So I'm going to go turn off the lights. Like, that is going to be significantly more helpful.
It wasn't.
Are we all rolling now? Is that what happens? Or
No.
did that the make it everything worse? Was I supposed to narrate how everything got worse?
Yeah.
That's what I just did.
Okay.
I'm going to turn off the lights and make the gremlins, and I think I've lost my mind.
I think the real problem here now is that Max and Dave have flashlights and
waffles.
They're going through the cabinets. And we don't need to illustrate what's in the cabinets.
We won't.
But no, it's not good.
No, it's not good. All right, so everybody, but we are putting the Gremlins reprisal in the chat still.
So what are we putting? What
the next way things can go wrong?
What the Gremlins are going to do to respond to everybody having murder lights. And it could be anything typical to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And yeah, so they usually have a few responses. And so I'll let you. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Sure.
So this is hour 5.
We're in hour 5. It's 11 p.m. or 10 p.m.
Oh, it's more fun if it's 11 p.m. because midnight's going to happen. It's very important for midnight and the.
I guess it is. This party started an hour later than it was supposed to.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so it's we're everybody ready for their answer for 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
How this gets mad. All right, we're gonna count it down. 3, 2, 1.